morning. I want to talk about JLo and being relatable and how people kind of see her as like almost being a poser, I guess you could say. They'd be like, is Jenny really from the block? And I know a lot of people are joking, but a lot of people mean it seriously. And sometimes I feel bad because I feel like she's doing it because she wants to come off as like she's, still connected to her roots. But people don't see her that way, and I can relate to that a lot. Now, I'm from South Carolina, a small little town, and I didn't grow up with like the inner city kids or anything like that, but I have lived in the city. And I know it's like sometimes I feel like you can't win. It's a lose-lose situation basically, because it's like if she's like, forgets all about being Jenny from the block and all that stuff, because I remember a few years ago, they would be like, you just act like you're white side. Like, you don't even act like you're Puerto Rican. You only mention being Latina when you need to promote something. But when she tries to connect with her, like, that side of her, or when she tries to remind people, like, oh, I'm still JLo, and, still Jenny from the block or whatever, and talk about, like, her past, people say, like, girl, bye. Like, they don't take it seriously. I don't know if they like think she's being like a poser, or I'm not saying like don't tell the bad stories about her or anything, but I just feel like it's like, I don't know, what is she supposed to do? Like, should she just live in her rich world? She's gonna get bashed for that, and she's gonna get bashed for talking about it. I don't know, but I relate to that. I really do. But not like, on her level, but like, just if, I don't know, like sometimes I try to relate to people because like my friends who are like, I guess from the inner city, they use slang a lot, and they be like messing with me like, oh, like say this word, like say this slang word, and then I'll use it, and then other people will get like offended or something, or their feelings will be hurt because they think that I'm mocking them, and I'm not mocking them at all. Like, I was like messing around with my friends, but I've had that happen to me, and I feel bad. Like, or sometimes, I don't know, trying to be relatable, and I tried to use, like, I don't know, cuss or something when I'm not really a cusser. And people will think that, like, I guess that you're being fake, but it's not. Like, you're trying to be relatable, but it's not coming across well. Or you feel like you're not being real with yourself. I don't know if that makes sense. But I just feel like this happens to everyone in some aspect of their life, where's that balance of like being relatable and then being yourself. I don't know, because you're not being yourself. You are being yourself, but you're also like, trying to joke around and have fun with people, but then it's like people still take it the wrong way. I don't know. People are saying JLo went to like Catholic school or whatever, and I guess they feel like that doesn't make her from the block, whatever that means. I don't know, but she did live there. I mean, I get it though, what they're saying, because like I lived there, but that is, well, not on the block, but like I lived somewhere that I wasn't from. That doesn't make me like that. You know what I mean? Like, you can live somewhere and not have the same upbringing as other people. And I think the reason why, like in my case, a lot of the hood kids, or the kids who were from the city, they got along with me because I never tried to pretend to be them. Like, I was just myself. Like, even when they called me preppy, they try to mess with me, like, oh, you're so preppy, or you're so this, or you're like a goody two-shoes. And sometimes, some people who maybe didn't know me or didn't go to school with me would like take offense to that, or think like, oh, you think you're better than me, which is kind of weird, but that's what they were being taught. So they would have a problem with it, but people who once they got to know me, like, they didn't. Or like, if you mess around with like your classmates or something, or your coworkers, and like you're using their slang, but you're using it to be playful. Like, I'm using my friend's slang to be playful, even sometimes in videos, and I'm like, oh, that's so cringy. Like, I don't talk like that, and my dad will see it and be like, what is this? Like, you do not talk like this. So I'll just like private the video or edit it out. But like, I don't know, I just feel kind of bad for her. Like, people are like, don't feel bad for her. JLo's I don't know, people are on this JLo hate campaign because apparently she's mean to some people. But I'm not gonna lie, that lady, when JLo was struggling to get up those steps because her dress was like really tight, like it was like, I think it was like mermaid style, and it was like tight at the knees, and that lady kept asking her questions, I would have been frustrated too. I'd have been like, oh my goodness, girl, help me. you're asking me questions on camera, help me, okay? But I don't know, it was pretty funny. I just feel like I get like her wanting to be relatable, but I also get how it can come off like cringy, because even I do it myself. Like, I'll say words, but I'm literally just joking with my friends while I'm making a video, and then I'll be like, my family and my other friends are gonna see this and be like, girl, who is this? This is not you. But I'm literally just joking around. So I don't know. That happens to me so often now, because like, I don't know. But then I see videos, people be like, you know, J-Lo's, she's sassy. Like, so maybe her version of being like from the block just means she's like a sassy Puerto Rican. Like, she doesn't have to be like a hood girl. I don't think that's like what she necessarily means. But like that video of her with like her hair disheveled, that's hilarious. Oh my goodness. But then again, maybe that's just being a mixed thing, because my hair used to be crazy too. Like, I was just out, you know, being wild, riding my bike and stuff, and being with my friends, you know, doing cartwheels, or like, you know, dancing. Oh my god. And she is a dancer, so maybe that's what it's like. You know, we used to be dancing. Like, don't pretend like y'all don't remember it. We used to be dancing, having like little competitions or cheer competitions that were like, I don't know, with your friends. Maybe that's what she meant, and people took it like, no, she want to pretend she's hood, and I'm gonna like defend my hood. I don't know, but everyone's coming up with a story about J-Lo, and I don't know, because it's like, maybe she's like introverted, or not necessarily introverted, but maybe she has like social anxiety, because sometimes when people say certain things, it's like, it's coming off as she's mean. But as someone who like struggled with like anxiety in the past, sometimes people thought I was being mean, but really I was like having a panic attack in the inside. Like, a lot I hear is that she like doesn't speak to people, and she like ran to her car, and I'm like, that sounds like me when I'm having anxiety. And people thought that I was being mean, but I really wasn't. Like, I was having so much anxiety, and I didn't really like know how to manage my anxiety. Like, a big thing is certain types of caffeine, and I have to be really careful with what like types of drink I drink, because the caffeine really triggers my anxiety like really bad. And I didn't even like, I'm not like a soda drinker, but I would drink certain coffees, and like I cannot drink Dunkin'. I cannot do it. I don't know, my body just does not like Dunkin', or it doesn't like I'm lying. It doesn't like the kind of Dunkin' I was drinking, because like I was just drinking Dunkin' to like wake up for work, and the type of coffee I was getting just was way too strong for me, and I just couldn't do it. Like, my granddad said like I need to get like half decaf or something like that, but because I love coffee, but I don't know, me and Dunkin' just were not clicking. But when I was little, I didn't really order my drinks, because like I had, again, anxiety with certain things. So like my granddad or my dad or like my aunts would order my drinks for me, so obviously they know how to order it, being that they were adults. But anyway, sometimes I think that she has social anxiety, because that's just how it comes off to me. Like, of course she's famous, and people like, oh well, she's a star, but it's like, that doesn't mean you don't have anxiety sometimes, or sometimes you're just like not in a bad mood. But it's a lot of stories. But I love J-Lo. I don't know, like, maybe it's just me, but like she just like reminds me so much of me and my family. And like her and Mariah, even though, you know, she don't know her, I just loved them growing up, because I'm like, she's like, yes, like she's representation. I love her. I just love her. I cannot stop loving her. I don't care, you know, if she's being mean, she needs to stop. But I think that it might just be anxiety. That's just me though. And I think that it might be that she's getting frustrated, because it feels like if I'm not like trying to remind people like, yeah, I'm still one of you guys, you're gonna get mad. But if I do, you're gonna get mad, and that can be frustrating, because sometimes like I deal with that in my own little way of like, people think that I'm being uppity, because they're like, oh, why do you talk like so preppy or whatever, when I don't really view it that way. Like, I'm just normal. This is how all the girls in my family talk, so I don't get it. I talk like a typical girl that I know, but then they'll be like, if I use slang to like try to be relatable to them, they'll say like I'm being fake or I'm being a poser. So I don't know. It's like, you want someone to be relatable to you, or do you not? It's confusing. And I'm not like, you're not doing it to be a poser. You're doing it to be nice to them, or like to like show like, hey, like I'm cool with you. Like, I don't know, it's weird. And I'm not saying like do anything crazy, like use AAVE when like you're not from that. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about like regular slang, you know what I mean? I think like, you know, Bobby, the lady who has like the podcast or whatever. So like, you know how like she was with Ari, the like the beauty influencer. She was with her, and they were like Ari Fletcher was like messing with her, like, you know, be like, you know, telling her like how to say things or whatever. Like if Bobby used that and like started messing around playing with her friends, and then people like she's trying to use our slang or whatever, or she's trying to act different, then like people will call her a poser. But people see that like Ari was just playing with her and she's just playing around with her friends. But when it comes to J-Lo, she actually did live there, you know. She actually did have probably friends who are from there and experiences there. So it's kind of different. And I don't know, people treat her like she just never existed there. I don't get it. And I see them doing this to Beyonce. They're like, Beyonce's not relatable. She's trying to be relatable, but she's rich and it's like cringy. But it's like she grew up in Houston. Like, yeah, she's suburban. You know, she's like me. I'm from the country, but the suburbs at the same time. So why is it like, I don't know, why are people acting like they don't still relate to where they came from? If they pretended like, you know, I'm rich and I'm better than you, like I keep saying, they would still have a problem with it. It's like, I don't know. I like Beyonce and I like J-Lo, and I see those glimpses of their past in them. I don't know, like, I don't think they do this to Rihanna, but some people say that like they did, like the Islanders say that, but a lot of people, I don't know, it's like they want you to be successful and they want you to represent where you're from, but then when you do it, they're like, you're not one of us anymore because you're rich. Like, do y'all hate rich people that much? Don't you want to have money? I don't know. I don't hate rich people. I think rich people are cool. Like, I like rich people. Remember when Kylie like went to do like her haul or whatever in her car, like it was like a day in a life, I don't know, but people were calling her like she wants to be relatable so bad, and it's like maybe she genuinely likes this kind of content, like these kind of creators, this kind of content. Maybe she genuinely likes them, and she's recreating it because that's what she likes, so she wants to do it too. Because she is around our age, like she's like young. She wants to, like, I know she had kids young, but she's still young. I don't get that. Like, I don't understand why people would just act like because someone's a celebrity or they have money that they're not human beings anymore. What's wrong with her recreating something that she sees go viral? Like, other people are recreating it. It's a trend. Now, it's not to say that I don't understand why people are like not really dealing with influencers or billionaires, because some of them do things that I don't agree with, like not caring about social issues or people going hungry or like the economy. I don't agree with that. But sometimes it's like people who treat them like they're not human. I don't like that either. Like, I'm all about balance, and I don't like when people just dismiss their feelings because they have money. Because don't get me wrong, like, I know having money will fix a lot of our issues in the world, but it doesn't alleviate all pain. You know what I mean? We're still human at the end of the day. And even if all of our financial and hunger needs were met and housing needs were met, we would still be like human. And if something hurts our feelings, it hurts our feelings. And I don't think that should be dismissed just because someone has money. Growing up, people be like, you're spoiled, you don't get to complain about this. And that would really get to me, because I'm like, okay, well, like, what does that have to do with me having feelings about something that just happened? Like, you saying something that hurt my feelings. And then people be like, I don't care about hurt feelings. And I'm like, okay, well then when people don't care about hurting your feelings, you know what I mean? Like, reality's gonna hit you when it happens back to you. But I'm all about peace, love, and happiness, and I hope that. And I haven't even watched J-Lo's documentary yet, but I love her songs and her movies, so I'm excited to see it. She spends a lot of money on it, so I'm excited to see it. Let me know, do you think that J-Lo has anxiety, or that even if it's not anxiety, maybe it's like she's just tired sometimes. Do you think that being relatable or trying to be relatable is a bad thing, or is it just a natural human behavior? And do you think that people are like being harsh? I don't know. That's what I kind of think it is, but I don't know about like the negative encounters, anything like that, because I haven't really watched them that much. But I do like to hear people's perspective of like if being relatable is bad or not, because I don't know. I feel like it's a lose-lose situation. So let me know what you think. See you later.